Okay, so horizontal and a vertical line. So the first thing we're going to talk about, let's go ahead and give yourself a coordinate plane. Look something like this. All right, and I'm going to draw a vertical line on this graph right here in red. And can someone please tell me the coordinate of that particular point that I just put on the graph right there? What would that point be? 3, 0. You guys agree? 3, 0. Okay, great. What would this point be over here that I just put on the graph? 3, what? Good. What would this point be right here? 3, 3. What do all of these points have in common? Yeah, the x value is a what? Is 3. And is that going to be true for every single point on that line? Yeah, so it must be in the case that this has an x that's equal to 3. So this is the line of the equation x is equal to 3. What type of line is this? Vertical or horizontal? This is a vertical line, right? Now, why do you think students might have some kind of trouble with this particular line? Why do you think that some students would call this the line y equals 3? What do you think, Izzy? Yeah. Very good. It looks like the y-axis, right? There's the y-axis, here's the x-axis. It is a vertical line, and we associate vertical lines as the y-axis a lot of the time, but that would be a mistake in this case, because the way to think about it is all of these points on this line have the same x-axis, the same x output, so x must be equal to 3. Okay, that's going to be in contrast to this line right here that I'm going to draw for you in blue. All right? What is the point of on that line that I just put on the graph right down there? What would that be? 0, -2. Good. How about this point right here? What would it be? 2, -2. And how about this point over here? What would this one be? 6, -2. So what am I getting at here? All of these have what in common? Yeah, the y output, right? The y value is going to be the same no matter what we do. So this is the equation for the line y equals -2. Now, why do you think students would call that the line x equals -2? Because it looks like the x-axis, right? So, horizontal lines have the form of y equals a in general. Vertical lines have the form of x equals a. All right. Anybody remember what general form of a line happens to look like? We've already talked about point-slope form. We've already talked about slope-intercept form. And each of those two variations of how we represent a line is good for certain tasks that we're trying to do. So, for example, point-slope is very good if I'm given a point and a slope. Slope-intercept is very good if I'm given a slope and a y-intercept. I have general form now, too. This is the third one we're talking about. You may know what it looks like. Carly, what do you think?
Isn't it y equals ax squared plus bx?
That's general form for a quadratic. We're talking about lines, but it's very, very similar. What do you think, Izzy? There you go. There you go. ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This is what we call general form. Some books call it standard form. Another way of doing it. So the question then is, okay, what good does this form do for us? This form is really good at making quick sketches using intercepts. All right, so this is a good form at making quick sketches using the intercepts. You're probably saying, what do you mean by making a quick sketch using the intercepts? All right, so let's practice together here. I'm going to give you an example, and I would like you to sketch. And here's my symbol for a sketch right there. All right, we're going to make a sketch of this linear equation, 3x plus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, if I'm just looking at that particular equation, can you read off what the slope is? No, I don't know. I have to do some work. Can you tell me what the y-intercept is? Are you sure the y-intercept is -12? No, I don't, right? I don't know what the y-intercept is. So what I can do then is I need to get the x and the y-intercepts. And I can get that very, very quickly using a couple lines of algebra. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the x-intercept. Now, what's so important about the x-intercept? What's the y value guaranteed to be? 0. So we're going to go ahead and set y equal to 0. So if I set y equal to 0, then here's what I have. I have 3x plus 4 times 0 plus 12 is equal to 0. Well, 4 times 0 just goes away because multiplied by 0. So I get 3x is negative 12. So x must be what, everybody? Negative 4. How do I associate that with a point on the coordinate plane? Very good. Negative 4 comma 0. Awesome. Now I have a point on the plane that is the x-intercept. What is my second step going to be? What do you think? Get the y-intercept. Very good. So if I get the y-intercept, what do I need to do? Set x equal to 0, right? Because the x is guaranteed to be a 0 in that case. So I'm going to have 3 times 0 plus 4y plus 12 equals 0. Well, that means that 4y has got to be negative 12. That means y has got to be negative 3. How would I then put that into a point? What would it be? Very good. 0 comma negative 3. So, very, very quickly, from general form, we can easily find x and y intercepts. If we have the x and the y intercepts, then we can quickly and easily make an accurate sketch of this particular line. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to go here, make a sketch. Let's see here. I have to go down at least 3 and to the left at least 4. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. There's the point negative 4, 0. Down 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a point 0, negative 3. And once I have 2 points on a line, that's all I need. 2 points in the coordinate plane, I can create my line. Minus 6 equals 0. So last part of the day, go ahead, take an equation, a linear equation in general form. 4x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. And make a sketch using the intercept. All right, hopefully, when I was walking around the room, I saw everybody get this correct. So we have the intercept should have been 1.5 comma 0 and 0 comma negative 2. Does this line have a positive slope or a negative slope? Has a positive slope because why? It increases as you go from left to right. Very, very good. Okay.